co-host Marcus Crawford here, Idaho Quadcopters. We're here. This is kind of a special, just a teaser tonight for our show coming up this Monday, October 7th at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the ZinoNation / DroneNation YouTube channel. We're going to have a very special episode this week. We're going to be joined by Ken Dono over at OriginalDobo on YouTube. And all three of us have ordered a brand new drone. And no, it's not from DJI. It's from an American company called Skydio. We have all pre-ordered. We put our $100 hard-earned money down for $100 prepayment. And we're going to be receiving the Skydio 2, I believe, in November. Is that correct, Marcus?
Yeah, that's what they're saying, Ron. And, we've all checked our numbers and we're in the first batch too. So that's good. They say if your order number starts with a 6, you're in the first batch. If your order number starts with a 7, you're not going to see your drone until 2020. So, heck, I'm hoping that it will, let me see if I can point to it here on screen. If it will fly as good as the Zino there behind me, hey, we'll be a happy camper. No, it better be far superior to the Zino. And we have every expectation that it will, Ron. I haven't been this excited about a drone in quite some time.
It's probably since the Mavic 2 was coming out last summer.
No question about it. That Mavic 2 was a big deal and still is a big deal. It's still the most capable drone in my quiver, and I'm sure it's the same for you.
Now, Marcus, where is this new Skydio drone? Where is it being not only designed and manufactured at?
So it's interesting. It is a city that is very near and dear to my heart because I was born there. My father, when he was going to Stanford, when he was in college at Stanford, he was living in Palo Alto, and I was born in Redwood City, California, which is where the Skydio is born too. So I'm pretty tickled to see that thing. It's listen, the bigger picture is this is an American company. It's American designed and built, and it is manufactured in this country as well. So pretty exciting stuff.
I'm running the trailer from Skydio here that they released about a week ago, right? Or not that long ago, but it's been out maybe a week. And as you can see in this video, it has autonomous fouling ability like nothing else on the market. There was a Skydio 1 that was released about a year and a half ago, and it had amazing capabilities to foul you, avoiding objects and flying at speed. But of course, it was way overpriced at almost $3,000, and it did not have the option of using a controller. But Marcus, can you explain what the options are for controlling the Skydio 2?
Absolutely. So, Ron, the one that is very exciting is what they call the beacon.
Here it is right now. Look.
Yeah, they're flying with the beacon right now, and what it is it keeps that drone centered on you, and even if you go behind a tree or behind a building or something, the drone is still going to be able to find you. And there's a lot of control in that little beacon as well. You can do a lot of intelligent flight modes and some other things. And on the video you're showing right now, Ron, they're doing with the controller. And of course, everybody has recognized that, boy, that looks like just the same controller we use on the Parrot and Offie. And indeed it is. And Skydio had Parrot build that controller with them. The cool thing about that controller is just what they've shown in this video, that you will be able to fly through areas that you never would have dared before, and still have a 3.5 kilometer range. So, man, I mean, it's looking to me like we're getting the best of both worlds. And don't discount what you can do with just your phone. If you pull that thing out and you're in a big hurry, you just have your phone. It can still do all those follow me functions, except for my understanding is then it's optical. So, it might not, there might be some more, if you went behind a tree or something, potentially, I suspect it could probably lose you then. But
let me clarify that a little bit. With the beacon, it not, it was still kind of follow you, like say what we're used to, where you could draw a box and it follows you on, we'll say a motorcycle like shown in video. But if it would lose you, then it would rely on the GPS coming from the beacon to find you again. And that's, I don't think any of the drone has had two different options for following. Is that correct, Marcus?
That is exactly right. So, hey, that's a neat video you got up right there right now. That's a pretty good one.
Yeah, I'd go over and check that guy's channel out if I had the opportunity.
Yeah. Hey, look at that. There you go.
Hey, that guy even has a great promo. We got to find out. I got to go over and sub that guy's channel.
Yeah, there you go. Brian liked that intro so much. I made one for him too, for his channel. But
and Marcus, I want to thank you for letting Skydio use your garage to for that promotional video when they're flying, past all those cars.
All those cars, boy, wouldn't that be something? Holy guacamole! Yeah, that's pretty good.
But anyhow, I mean, what we're excited about, and some people are going to say, "Oh, well, I don't do any of that fouling stuff." But this drone, since it's going to, you can buy the pair of control, which I don't have to stand around, but you can get with the control, so you would never ever have to do any autonomous fouling. You could just get out and fly that just like it's any other normal drone with its sticks or whatever.
And you have the advantage of obstacle avoidance, so you're not going to fly it into a building. You're not going to, into a tree. They say that one of the other things that they changed on this over the Skydio 1 was the cameras are color cameras now, and I don't know if it's resolution or what, but evidently the original Skydio
increased. Yeah, it's greatly increased.
Yeah, they had problems recognizing little branches and things like that. Well, this thing, a little twig, it'll see it and won't run into it. So
now, Marcus, what is the technology, or we'll say the computer brains behind this device?
Well, there you go. It's got those NVIDIA chips in there, and anybody that is familiar with NVIDIA, if you've got a computer with a video card in it, the NVIDIA chips were the brains of Tesla's until just recently. Tesla used NVIDIA chips in all of their AI in their cars. So they are a leader in autonomous technology, and that is the brains behind the Skydio.
Okay, I mean, this is all great information, but here's the thing people are going to say: how much is all this technology going to cost me? Will I have to take out a second mortgage to get this drone, Marcus?
Well, it's not cheap, but it's also not like horribly expensive either. It's $1,000, and that's plenty of money, right? And you have a right to expect a lot for that $1,000. But then also the controller is sold separately, and the beacon is sold separately. And Ron, I'm going to buy both of those. How about you?
You going to hit that buy button?
I am. I want both the beacon and the controller.
And I believe what I read is when the drones ready to ship, we'll have the option to add on those devices at the time. And now what I don't understand, I don't want to understand. From what you read, it almost makes it sound like the prices for those things may only be that price if you order them with the drone, that they may be more if you would get them later. But I don't know that. I'm just saying that's kind of what if you read the paragraph, it's kind of insinuating that you'll have the option to purchase these at the time when the drone's released for this price. Like maybe that may not be the price down the road, but we don't know this. I'm totally guessing on that.
Yeah. Hey, so one thing that we're leaving out of this intro, Ron, is the expertise of our guest, Ken Dono, who is probably one of the preeminent drone pilots that I've ever seen. Some of his footage is just amazing, and in fact, he's actually got his own company now that with his Part 107 license, he does a lot of work, and he's pretty excited.
He does a lot of real estate work or whatever.
Real estate work, and he's pretty. You can imagine how that with obstacle avoidance, how that Skydio would help him in that regard. So he's pretty stoked about that.
A tricky situation where you may be if somebody wants a low shot of a house, but it's in a very treed area, whatever, you may be leery about taking your your Mavic or your Phantom up, but it sounds like this thing you would have no worries.
Yeah. Hey, Ron. So I hear Ken has got another piece of technology that he's kind of excited about.
He does, and I just don't want to skip one last important thing about Skydio before
Sure.
we move on. What kind of warranty does this device, this new drone, have, Marcus?
Yeah, you're a thinking man, Ron.
A lot of people are going to ask, right?
A lot of people are going to ask.
What if it crashes? They're going to say.
There's what they say on their website, and I'm sure this is open for some interpretation, but they say if you crash your drone during normal flight, safe flight rules that they have, they will repair or replace your drone for free. So they got a lot of confidence in that thing, and everything that we've seen so far, it sounds good.
And also, since they're an American company, it should be easy to get a hold of them. And if you have to ship it back to them, it won't be like you're shipping it back to Hong Kong. In other words, hopefully it won't be like trying to contact Banggood about a return.
That's everybody's worst customer service nightmare right there.
But I'm sorry to bury your lead here. What Marcus is referring to, there was a new action camera announced this week, not released. I don't think only the early reviewers have it, but I don't know if we even know a hard shipping date on the Hero 8, do we?
I don't know, Ron.
I don't a hard shipping date, but before I get sidetracked, Ken Dono, OriginalDobo, he has pre-ordered it as of, I guess, the day it was announced. So we'll ask him if he's got a shipping date when he gets on here Monday night. And I know people are going to say, well, why is the Drone Channel talking about the Hero 8? Because many of us, people that have YouTube channels, do reviews, Facebook channels, maybe we don't fly with the Hero 8 or don't put it on our drone. Some people do, but a lot of us use the GoPro products to record these videos, the B-rolls, they call it the ground footage. When we show you some of the stuff we're doing with the drone, not typically, but in a lot of cases, it's recorded by these GoPros because they have extremely wide angle lenses on, so you don't have to worry about not being in the frame or not being in the camera. They're durable. If it starts raining or you knock your tripod over or whatever, you're not going to break it. You could record all this stuff with your iPhone, your new iPhone 11 Pro. Shameless plug, but we don't even have a link for it, so it's not really a shameless plug. But the problem is what if this thing falls on the ground or whatever? It's not as durable as the as something like a GoPro Hero. So we'd love to hear his thoughts on the Hero 8. Is it worth upgrading from the the 7 or the Osmo Action? We'll get into Ken. Marcus, what's your impressions so far on Hero 8?
Well, you and I have discussed it that we didn't feel like it brought enough to the table for us to upgrade. But Ken, I know, brought up something that I honestly wouldn't have even thought about, and I understand why he did with his real estate business and other things. That the Hero 8 has much better low light capabilities. So I'm sure he'll delve into that quite a lot more on the show on Monday.
Yeah, I think both of us said, we're not jumping on the Hero 8 yet because it seems like an incremental upgrade, especially probably it's one of his big features that it has, for lack of a word, attachment on the side that you can hook, microphones up to, microphone jack, and it has kind of, I'll say, professional lighting and a screen. But all that stuff's not out now and not even promised until December, and usually that stuff runs late. So
yeah, they said that was what they call it, the vlogging attachment, and you can pre-order it in December. That they're not saying it'll be delivered in December,
right?
That will be, you can pre-order it in December. So
I have a lot of time to sit back and decide if I really need it. And again, it's hard to get now, or you got to pre-order. But like when it's really out by Christmas time, you'll be able to walk into any Best Buy, grab one off the shelf or whatever. It won't be hard. It won't be hard to find. right before Christmas. Again, you just grab one when you want to. There's accessories may be hard to find, and I think Marcus and I both talked about this a little bit. And I don't want to talk for Marcus, but you know, I'm not the type of person, you know, like if I'm going to make a video and talk to a product, I'll just do it in the office. I don't really need to walk through the woods, you know, and talk about a product that's got nothing to do with, you know, the woods or me walking down the beach or whatever. I mean, like I'm not really a blogger or whatever. I don't really need to spend. Probably by the time you get all this stuff, Marcus, you turned a $400 product into what a $600 product, right?
Yeah.
So I don't really need a $600 product to do blogs that I don't really do blogs or whatever. Again, if I need to talk to you about something or whatever, I can just do it here. Or if I a drone, I can just do it in the field like Marcus does before or after he flies. I don't know what I hate to speak for you. What are your feelings on the whole blogging?
Well, now we're getting into a lot of ground that we'll probably cover on Monday. But
yeah, just give me a little. You're right. Yeah.
So as you know, and you mentioned it, often I do an introduction and a closing out in the field. So, you know, that might be a little more desirable for me, particularly, I guess, and I've talked about that a lot, is I'm interested in getting good audio. And that's the problem with all the action cams and like even the Osmo Pocket, the audio is crappy. And, you know, you have to put all these attachments and junk on there to get reasonable audio. And that shouldn't be. I know the technology exists. They should be able to put a decent microphone on those things. So we'll see. It's got that attachment. So we'll see if the juice is worth the squeeze.
And again, I don't want to get into the show Monday, but you know, I'll spend $600 to get that blogging set on the 8. And by the time I get all that assembled and get it working, the 9 will come out, and you'll just plug the mic right into the side.
Yeah, it'll already have it all.
Yeah. Just like what was it? The 8 has the things on the bottom. You don't need to put the case anymore. So by the next one, maybe they'll have the mic. Again, we're just being funny here. We'll get into all this Monday. See what Ken thinks. So. Do you have anything else, Marcus, before we close this out? And
that's about it, except for to tell everybody it's going to be a good, interesting conversation on Monday, particularly with Ken Dono. He's really bright, and he has a lot of very educated opinions on all this stuff.
Right. And this is a teaser, and I don't know if it's going to happen, but I have like a contact at Skydio, and I'm going to reach out to him and see if he'd be interested in joining us Monday. Maybe not for the whole show, but come on for a few minutes. I don't know if he will or he won't or whatever, but I will reach out and, you know, maybe get a comment even if I can't get him on. So this is join us at Monday, October 7th, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on the ZinoNation / DroneNation network of shows. And if the Zino Pro drops between now and then, we'll carve out at least 5 minutes to hash that over too, and then we'll do a full show on it the next week. What do you think, Marcus?
Perfect. Excellent.
And on the DroneNation network of shows, I mean, we'll still have our FEMI X8, you know, Nation. We'll have our Nafi Nation episodes. We're just gonna, you know, each week it'll be a different drone we're gonna feature. So it won't just be the Zino every week. I mean, again, if it's like Zino news, we'll talk about it. And these episodes, they may not go in order. We may just, whatever's the big topic that week is the one we're going to jump to. It may be ZinoNation 2 weeks in a row. Then it may be FEMI Nation 2 weeks in a row. You know, so it's not going to be set in stone. We'll try to announce a couple days ahead of time what it's going to be, but we just
market driven. We're market driven, Ron.
Right, and we want to, and we know people. We're the affordable drone network, and we're going. And we used to say we don't cover anything more expensive than Mavic Air, but with all this tariffs and price increases, I think we have put. And the Mavic Air is what, $899. So we push the bar up to $999 for.
The Mavic Air is like $919 now. Yeah.
So we're going to push the affordable camera drone up to $999. So it said the Skydio is going to be at the top of the food chain.
That range, yep.
And the bottom of the food chain is your Zino or your FEMI A3.
Yeah. Do you know anybody that has one of those?
Well, I used to know a guy had one, but
yeah, Josh over at Parks and Tech. Yeah, he's got one.
Yeah, so if anybody wants to know, we'll have. If anybody wants to do, hear about the A3 on the show, we'll get Josh on and Brian Singleton.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Brian's got
Well,
one.
but I think if you want that one real bad, just keep an eye on his eBay page.
Yeah. I don't think he's going to have it long.
No, but and my buddy Perth West OZRC Dave G, he's got one. He's making a whole bunch of nice videos with it over there in beautiful Perth, Australia. So check his channel out if you want to learn all about the A3. So we could go on all night here, but we're going to keep this short. So we got plenty to talk about Monday. We don't want to bore you now, or give all the good information now, however you look at it. So I'm going to wish everybody a good night. I'm going to wish Marcus a good night, and we'll see you Monday.
See you Monday.
I think that was great, Marcus.